Hi, this is a video to show you guys how to use the Read and Write Chrome extension, this little purple extension that we installed in my last video. It was very easy to install, so look at my last video if you want to figure that out. And if you want to learn more about how to use the Chrome extension Read and Write, go to texthelp.com. They have a training portal. You can log on using your Google credentials and explore as you want. It should hopefully be easy for you. But I'm going to show you the few things that I've practiced so far. I'm going to pull up an article. And the cool thing about this Chrome extension is that it lives right here. And I'm going to click it. And boom, it pops up. And it has lots of features. And I'm going to show you some of the ones I figured out. If you don't know what these symbols mean, you can just hover over it and it tells you what it is. So this one's hover speech. That's actually the one I'm going to click. And I'm going to kind of click here and hope that it starts reading for us. And it usually works pretty well. I think it's maybe just being a little finicky with me because I'm doing the Screencastify. But here we go.
Rent is due today, but millions of Americans won't be paying. Facebook, Twitter, Flipboard, email. May 1st, 20,000.
So I'm going to stop it there. And you're like, I don't really want to read that. So then you can kind of skip ahead a little and it should bounce down for you. And
many are falling behind on their rent and are being evicted, despite new rules designed to stop evictions.
Now I'm going to stop it there. I found it really helpful. You can mess around with it and you get used to it once you play with it a little while. It's great because it can read articles for you online. I'm going to unclick it so it stops reading for us because I tend to click my computer a lot. Now while you're reading, you may have noticed there's lots of vocabulary, and even though you hear it, you might want to know what it means. Like, what does eviction mean? So look over here. You can actually see there's a dictionary and it tells you what eviction means, which I think is one of the most useful tools. And then you might say, well, that's a lot of words. I don't really understand. Check it out. They have a picture dictionary. Oh, but I have to select a word. So I'm going to select evictions again and click the picture dictionary. Oh no, that was a bad example. Let's see if they can do tenant for us. Please. Yay. And I love this picture dictionary. I've used it a few times and it worked every time before. It's somebody that lives in a house. It's the person that lives in a house, a tenant. And so I really loved those dictionary tools. Let's see if it can do evict for us. I'm just curious to see. Oh, perfect. And there's a picture of evict, not being able to live in your house. And then if you're like, I'm not understanding the picture, there is that word dictionary as well. So I just really loved those features. Now, maybe you're like me and you're like, this is a lot of words to read all at once. You can click, let me hover over so I can find it. You can see there's lots of things. Screen mask. And I love this because then you can highlight certain pieces and kind of read a little bit at a time. And so I love this screen mask feature. And there's some settings that you can do to totally adjust the way you want it to look. I just love how many options they give you. So let me see if I can get out of here, cancel. And then just if you're stuck in this, go back to it and click it, and then it goes away. So we've got the read aloud, we've got a dictionary, a picture dictionary, a mask. Of course, we have these beautiful highlighters. Just select your text, click the highlighter, and then if you're like, oops, I didn't mean to highlight that, just select it again and click the little sweeper and it clears it. So just some really awesome tools. There's also this feature where you can collect your highlights, and I think it pulls them out for you in a separate page, which is so awesome for note-taking. So if you're reading something, you can highlight it and then collect all of your notes at the end. How great if you're reading a book and wanting to annotate. So those are some awesome features. Now, the next one I want to show you is a little bit different. And I'm going to bring you to this empty page here. This Read and Write extension has a speech to text feature. So what that means is say you have an essay to write and you don't feel like typing, I recommend this just for the drafting stage. Click your little Chrome extension toolbar and click the talk and type. And now look, it's typing everything that I say out loud. If I want to include a period, then I say period. Um, I really love this. It's one of the best text-to-speech features I've seen. It's pretty accurate. So I do recommend that you go through and check it so that it's everything spelled correctly and some of the words are not messed up. But what a great feature. And look, you can actually say, if you make a mistake and say doodle, you can say delete. And it registers delete as, oh, it didn't do it that time, but delete, delete, delete. There it goes. So sometimes you have to play with it a little because it's trying to decide whether or not you are wanting to spell that word or say that word or use delete to actually delete something. So you can use it to delete things, but again, I recommend it for like drafting and going back through it when you're all done. And then if you want to stop, you of course go back up to the button and click it, and then it stops. So what an awesome feature. And then you can actually, of course, go back and have it read aloud to you. Actually, it doesn't seem like it's available in this feature, but it does have a check feature. So if you click check, it'll tell you your spelling mistakes or some things that don't make sense grammatically, which is, of course, a useful tool. I'm wondering if I press play, what happens.
Type and now look, it's
it does work.
everything
Awesome.
that I say out loud.
So you can speak your essay or your draft into the document, then you can check it for grammatical errors, and then you can have it read aloud to you and listen for the errors. So just so many tools that are going to be helpful for you during this time. And I guess I have one more thing I would like to show you. Let's go back to this article, and I'm going to click this thing. It's going to ask you to allow your microphone, so make sure you click allow when it asks you that. I've already done it, so that's why it's not asking me. But here's our article in like a different form, just because it has this recording studio set up, and you can even use the masker and some other tools while you're reading it. But watch, it's going to record my voice, and as I read, rent is due today, but millions of Americans won't be paying. Click stop. You can send it to your teacher, or you can play and listen to it. It's going to record my voice, and as I read. So just really excited about all these opportunities that we have. Now, as you can see, I'm going to get out of this. There's some tools on here that I haven't even explored yet. I'm sure there's multiple ways to do lots of these things. So if you find out more, let me know. But that's my quick start to using Read and Write, the Chrome extension. Thanks.